What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode where I do a tier list. I am definitely not recording this right after the other one. I am promising you this is a separate day. It is not the 18th of October. I promise you that it's not. It obviously is. So, to continue with this, I am going to rank the current races in the game. Obviously, this tier maker specifically has male and female counterparts to the selection, so I will obviously rate them differently because I like some males more than the females, and sometimes I prefer the females over the males in that race. Now, obviously, people that know me will probably know that a lot of the females will probably be the higher of the male of the two genders. There are some exceptions, but I'm pretty sure 95% of my account is female characters. So, yeah. Uh, how about we start with a very, very simple one? Blood Elf. I mean, do we have to talk about it? It is Blood Elf. Come on now. We don't need to talk about it, do we know? Yeah, we do. We do. Besides the fact that they're gorgeous and have Arcane Torrent, which is an incredible good ratio that it got nerfed uh, because it was too good. The amount of Blood Elves I've made in the past is probably sad. It's insane. Alright, now that that weird shit is out of the way, we move to Blood Elf Male. I actually quite like the male Blood Elves. I think they're pretty cool. Uh, they're very like, they definitely feel royal, which I guess is kind of the point, right? But I like them a lot. I think they're likable. Uh, I'd probably say they're pretty good. You know, I'm very happy with them being a male counterpart from that female Blood Elf. Then we come to the Dark Iron Dwarfs. I'm neutral to the female counterparts. Yeah, they're they're fine. Fine. I don't know. The male counterpart though, I think they're pretty cool. I like them. I like the effect that they have on the beard and stuff like that, and I also like the ash skin tone that they have going on. Of course, this obviously counts for the female counterpart, right? But I just think that the male counterpart just kind of fits that bit more compared to the female. Maybe that's just me, but yeah. Female Draenei's. Well then. Um I'll just move on, right? Male Draenei's. No, okay. I really like female Draenei's. Definitely not as much as the Blood Elves, right? The female Blood Elves. I still think the female Draenei still has something really like beautiful going on. I don't know really what exactly. Like if you would think the hoofs away, and you know, let's be honest, these creatures are probably more beautiful than a lot of women in real life. Uh, but again, you know, beauty is subjective, so there, you know, person can find someone else beautiful, and another person can say no to that uh, opinion. Uh, but yeah, I think they're great. Uh, they're definitely unique enough, I'd say, and different enough from humans. So yeah, nothing more to say about those. Like basically the same as Blood Elves to me, except they have blue skin. Well, and red now, which is great. Thanks, Blizz. All right, male Draenei's. Again, I think it's very similar to the male Blood Elves. And I think it's mainly because the fact that when I made a paladin, I usually started with, or I always made male paladins because male Draenei paladins because of the fact that they had wide shoulders, and yeah, wide shoulders where the shoulder pads that you would wear would just look bigger. But nowadays, I just make a female. Like, I will just not deny that. Uh, but that's the reason why I still like them. So I'm fine with them. And I'd probably say both the Draenei, not both the dwarves are in neutral. I don't mind them. They're there, and they're fine, you know. Nothing special. I would say I like the male version more than the female. I just something, but I definitely would say, like, if I compare it to the Dark Iron Dwarves, the male counterpart is just cooler because of the skin tone, I'd say. Now we come to gnomes. May I do the honors and put these in the bin? I hate these guys. Why are you here? Why do we exist? I don't like these. And neither do I like goblins either. I think they're a waste of space on my memory. And again, if you play gnome or goblin, that's fine. It's not like I can press delete and delete them from the game. They're in the game, I have to live with it, it's whatever, right? But in my opinion, I wish they were not there. There's so many cooler things that they could put into the game than this. I mean, gnomes were there from the start, which is already an L they took, but honestly, I honestly think goblins should have been vampires in Cataclysm, with the fact that they brought in Worgens and it could have do this whole Worgen versus vampire team that you've seen in movies. That's such an iconic, fight. So it would have been so cool if they lived on an island together and they were fighting constantly against each other. Wouldn't that be sick? You know what? Let's talk about Worgens while we're at it. Worgens are cool. I am not a furry. I can confirm that. But I'm just keeping the fact about the fact that it's a werewolf, and werewolves are sick. They're cool. Obviously, wolves are one of my favorite animals. But werewolves are they're just cool. Like, there's nothing more to say about it. I think the female counterpart is a little bit less likable, but it's still pretty fine. I'd probably say it's better than the Dark Iron Dwarf. But again, it's just werewolves are cool. Let's move back to the front, which brings me to the High Mountain Tauren. I honestly feel, and this is changing my opinion a little bit, I don't mind them, but I'm also in the boat of, like, why do you exist? Why do you exist when we have normal Taurens, right? But then again, I'm also like, you're just a better version of the normal Tauren, in my opinion. But yeah, so this is a different type of why do you exist. This is not a hate one. This is more like, we already had this. I would have rather had something new. But then again, what else? No, I'll put them in neutral. I don't mind them from being there, but I do kind of wish there was something different. Humans. I think humans are neutral for the male and likable for the female because they're female. I mean, they're just a big win. But Oops. I think they're quite. It's a bit boring in my opinion. Like you're gonna play a game and you're gonna be human, really? Come on, man. Or lady. Not presuming genders. Girls play games too. I have no problem with that. Cool tier in humans. It's similar to the Hyman Tyrants. Like, in a way, I'm like, why do you exist? Why are you a new race? Why can you not just be an option for normal humans? So I would say I'm okay with them, but very similar to the High Mountain Tower, though. Then we have Lightforged Draenei. Again, I think I would say I like the Lightforged Draenei female, but I'm neutral to the male. I honestly think, yeah, the only reason why I sometimes play a Lightforged over the normal Draenei is just to skip the first 10 levels. That's the only reason. But now that we have the red Eredar skin for Draenei's, this wins any day of the week. Let's move on to Magar orcs, which I am not really a fan of the female orcs in general. So I'll put them there. And I put the male orcs, there. I think they're pretty cool. But again, you had normal orcs, so what's the point? I will put normal orcs in here as well, because they're kind of the same. And we can put high mountain we can put the tyrants in the same category, because that's basically the same thing. I mean, did we really need more gnomes? Come on, Blizzard. Do we really need more gnomes? And also, these are on the bottoms because, oh my god, I hated Mecha Gnome so much. It was daily this, daily that, daily this. No, fuck that. I don't even care that I swore. Screw them. Why are you there? I'm not gonna waste my breath on them. Nightborn. I think similar to the Lightforged Draenei, Nightborn, I like them, but not likable enough to say like I make them all the time. But they're really cool, and I like that they're a part of the character selection or race selection. Night elves are up next, and obviously, female counterpart will go in here, and normally the male counterpart would go in here, but comparing it to the male blood elf, it's not that great. It's on par with the Nightborn in my opinion, so that's where it goes. Pandaren. Oh, Pandaren. Now we're gonna get it. Male Pandarens are just boring. Why are you here? Honestly, I would normally put it in here, but I've come to terms with it. I've said it's fine. They're in the game. Whatever. But still, why are you there? Female, I'd say they're a bit more likable to me than the female Morgans. But I think the female Morgans is just overthrown by the male Morgan because the male Morgan just looks so much cooler. But yeah, I actually do mate. I had a period of time where I said like I want to have a character of each race. So I want to have at least one human, at least one night elf, at least one Draenei, one one dwarf, one gnome, one Worgen, one Pandaren, one etc. 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 And the Pandaren that I made was a female Pandaren shaman, and she is max level right now. and I enjoyed playing her. So yeah, it was. I didn't mind it as much anymore. So, but I definitely prefer their figure compared to the male counterpart because they're just fat, basically. Trolls. Um, I don't think they're anything special. I'd probably put them just in the neutral category. I'm also not gonna put like rank them in the tier anymore because I can't be bothered. But I would just put them in neutral. They're there. It's fine. Nothing to complain about. Similar to the undead. Think they're there. Nothing to complain about. I will put these higher because they are a bit more. But yeah, nothing to complain about. Like I said earlier, I will put the Zandalari trolls in neutral as well. One good thing about the Zandalari trolls that I've always liked is the Wakanda accent. It's great. It probably is a real life accent, but I don't know which one it is. But that's what I linked it to ever since they said Zandalar forever. It always reminded me of the Wakanda forever line. Then Vulpera. Now, I am okay with the Vulperas. Yes, they're furry characters. Who cares, man? They're foxes and they're adorable. You know, they're there as an option. Do you not like them? Then just don't play them. It's why I don't play these dumb races either. So, yeah. Void Elves. And I think Void Elves are similar to Blood Elves. It is that their male counterpart is still pretty cool, right? But I mean, the female version is just nicer. I feel like I might what. I'm kind of intrigued to put Morgan in here just to have a male in there, but okay, I'll be honest. This is my tier list for the races, and it obviously also reflects in my account as 95% of my characters are probably female. But to quickly move on, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, which was way shorter than the previous one, which was about the specializations. If you guys like this video, obviously give this video a thumbs up. If you guys are new around here, subscribe to the channel for more of this information. Because I'm basically outing myself out on this occasion. But okay, you know, it's fine. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.